37 Breezy, side, my brother. Salute, my G. Let me kick this thing off, man. I was on mute the whole time talking by myself. So good morning to everybody. Happy Monday, my peoples. Whoa, beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning if you woke up. I mean, come on now. God gave us another day. Let's get it. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning, my peoples. We talking boxing. That's what we do. And you know what? Y'all got issues, man. This early in the morning, and y'all already ready to talk boxing and trash talk and debate and all that. This early on a Monday, yo, y'all got issues. Y'all addicted to boxing. But I digress. All of the young guns are on the move. Not all of them. I mean to say, these four fighters, remember at some point they were being called this generation's four kings and other terms associated with them because they were coming up together. So I'm talking about Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, and Tank Davis. They're all on the move. Now, Devin Haney, we already know he's going to fight Brian Norman Jr. That's set in stone. That fight is coming up. Can't wait. Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, though, they've gone back and forth on social media. It seems like negotiations, have taken place, but we don't know. No fight has been announced. It don't seem like they have come to an agreement yet. So I'm hoping, please, please happen. I'm hoping for that fight. I really want it. Then we have, of course, Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Is that fight gonna happen? Well, we don't know. It got postponed now. I think MVP put out a statement saying that they're investigating the whole situation with Tank and they'll make no further comments. So as of right now, I guess we don't know if that fight is gonna happen. Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, that they're in talks, and it looks like that fight may happen because it seems like they've been exchanging contracts and working on the details. So everybody is involved in the situation. Um, let's see what happens. Are all these fights gonna happen? Because right now the only one that is set in stone is Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. Tio versus Shakur, to us who are from the outside looking in, is kind of up in the air. Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, that hasn't been agreed upon. They're in negotiations. And then Tank Davis versus Jake Paul, that was agreed upon, but now there's that situation that's going down, so we don't know. I made my prediction on that one, by the way. Arch 30, salute, my brother. Bam. Appreciate you dropping in. You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is. By the way, my peoples, check out the comment that is pinned. Box Center 2.0, my peoples. Exclusive content. Go to that channel, subscribe. Let's get to 50 subscribers because I'm going to start a whole new show that will be at night. So Boxing for Breakfast will keep going as is right here. We're going to get it popping Mondays through Fridays. But on Box Center 2.0, there's going to be a nightly show that will only air on that channel. And it's going to be a cookout, my peoples. A cookout. So let's get to 50 subscribers, yo. We need to get that popping. Ours 30. Tank versus Paul is not a fight. That's an exhibition. Well, that exhibition doesn't look like it's gonna happen though. Like let's see. You gotta remember they try to sell it as a real fight because they even said we have judges, they're gonna score it, somebody's arm is gonna be raised at the end if it's not a stoppage. So it was being sold as a real fight, as if they were going to go out there and actually get it in. But we don't know if that's going to happen. Let's go back to Devin Haney, though, right? We already know that Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. is going down. That's set in stone. And some people are saying Devin Haney's going to make it look easy. He's going to outbox him. And then there's the people that are saying Brian Norman Jr. is going to knock him out. Whoa. Rashad, Devin's average, guys. Nah. I'm not gonna be able to rock with you on that, bro. You gotta be trolling, Rashad. Like Devin Haney The youngest undisputed champion in history, the multi-division champion, unified champion, the guy that made Regis Pro Race look easy, beat Lomachenko is average. Come on, bro. Don't do that. It's 7 in the morning, bro. You want to start the morning off with that type of violence? Damn, bro. At least wait, an hour into the show or something like that. God damn. Devin Haney, my peoples, is the elite amongst the elite. By the way, y'all, once again, good morning, everybody. Enjoy your breakfast. Y'all know this is boxing for breakfast. So I gotta do meat. So enjoy your breakfast too if you happen to be having it at this time. Um, I myself have not been able to make a prediction when it comes to Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. because that's such a good fight. It's such a competitive fight, y'all. It's hard. It really is hard to say, I'm going with this guy. When you know how good both of these fighters are. Tough. It's a tough prediction to make. Side, just have bagels and salmon. Ooh, damn. That's a good combo right there. I'm actually having 2 boiled eggs and OJ. That's it. That's my breakfast. I'm gonna be starving. But check this out though. My morning, my peoples, started off with a bang. I'll tell you that right now. My morning started off with a bang, my peoples. Check this out. Oh, shit, it don't show. Damn, I can't show it to you. Shit crazy. I'm not even picking a winner for that. I'm gonna pick a winner, but it's not easy, bro. It's not easy because we all know what Devin Haney brings to the table. We all know how good he is. For whatever reason, man, people want to judge Devin for his fight with Ryan Garcia, which is a no contest. Woo! My peoples, this boiled egg tried to take me out just now. People want to judge that. Woo! I'm telling you, boiled egg tried to get me out of here. But I digress. People sleeping on Devin Haney and not really acknowledging. Like, to me, it's disrespectful for anybody to think that Brian Norman Jr. is going to make it look easy against Devin Haney. To me, that's disrespectful towards Devin. Like, think about his career, what he's been able to accomplish, the people he's been able to beat. And you're going to say somebody's going to make it look easy against him? I don't know, my peoples. I think that's pushing it. I think that's pushing it. This fight is going to be real good. It's going to be real competitive. I told you guys I will be making a prediction. I'm just not ready, man. I'm just not ready. I don't know. And when they first announced this fight, I said Brian Norman Jr. was going to knock him out by or before the 9th. I was like, yo, he's going to get him. Because if you watch, Norman Jr. has been vicious. Vicious. Devastating knockouts. So you see the type of power that he carries. And Devin Haney's making his debut at the welterweight division. So that was kind of my mindset when I made that quick prediction. Like, oh, Brian's going to get him knockout. But I'm looking at Devin training as a welterweight. He looks big. He looks strong. And Devin is not a knockout puncher. He's never been a knockout artist. Anything can happen in a fight if you catch a guy with the right punch at the right time. Um, but I don't think Devin is gonna move up and knock this guy out who's never been stopped, who is himself a knockout puncher. I don't think that's gonna happen. If anything, for Devin to win this fight, I think he has to outbox Brian Norman Jr. And he has the skill set to do it. But you're talking about a guy who has a level of athleticism in Norman Jr. that he's going to be able to stay in front of Devin Haney. He's going to be able to apply constant pressure. So, Devin can't win this fight the same way that he beat Jose Ramirez. He's not going down like that. There's a difference because you know what type of fighter Ramirez is, right? He's the prototypical Mexican-style fighter that he's going to be just coming forward and applying pressure. You're not really going to see a lot of footwork, a lot of movement. He's coming forward to put hands on you. That's it. And Devin Haney was able to dance circles around him and even make it look easy. But a guy like Brian Norman Jr., who has that athleticism, he's going to stay in front of Dev just like Lomachenko did. Because then there's the footwork, too. Brian Norman Jr. is a guy who has that type of footwork to stay in front of you. So, I expect a super, super competitive fight. All that stuff about Brian Norman Jr. is going to make it look easy. Nah, man. People wilding out. It's not going to be, nobody's getting made to look easy in this fight. It's going to be a competitive fight. They're both going to win rounds. It's going to be a hard, tough fight. And whoever wants it more, I believe, is going to pull away championship rounds. I'm not ready to make a prediction, but I will tell you there's going to be that type of fight. Competitive. We're going to see fireworks. It's not going to be like Devin versus Jose Ramirez because Brian Jr. is not going to give him that option. I'm telling you. It's going to be more like Lomachenko and Devin. Lomachenko applied that pressure and Devin Haney had to fight back. That's the only way that he could win. And I think this fight is going to turn into that. See how it plays out, my people. Let's see how it plays out. I see people feeling comfortable with their prediction. I'm not ready to even make that prediction. Next fight up, my people. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. Man, listen, I want this fight so bad, my people. I really want this fight. And it's already been a minute that these conversations started or that they started going back and forth on social media. Shakur telling me, yo, sign the contract, bro. I really hope it happens. And if it doesn't, I think it's not going to be a good look for Teofimo. Because you have to remember, he was trying to make a fight with Boots. That couldn't happen. He was trying to make a fight with Devin. That couldn't happen. And now he's talking to Shakur. So if you're talking to all these names and nothing happens, like, damn, man, did you really ever want to fight any of these guys? Or was it just getting that attention? Getting your name put out there? So, and look, I'm always going to give Teofimo the benefit of the doubt because he's shown that he's about that smoke. He's shown that he's about that action. Look at the resume. But I want to see him fight Shakur, bro. And I know that he know the fans want that fight. People want to see them fight each other. That's just the reality. David Osu, when they say he's the youngest undisputed champion ever, they're lying. Gabriela Fondora is the youngest. David, I'm going to remind you that Gabriela is in female boxing and there's separate categories, you know. So I understand that your feelings want to push you towards Devin, but women and men, they're in separate categories. So if you feel better about it, then I can tell you he's the youngest male undisputed champion in history. If that makes you feel better, we can do that. We can separate the categories. Because as you may know, men and women don't compete against each other. So they're categorized separately. So you got to take those facts over your feelings as well. Ars 30. Devin is more at his natural weight now. He'll be stronger at this weight. I mean, I expect him to be stronger. He looks strong. Look good in training. Troy Mafia. Salute, my brother. Bam. Young Hungry Lion. Side. Tio gets whooped. Bam. Let's see it, man. I like that fight. Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, man. I want it badly. We need that fight, bro. Underrated Will. I'm here. Hit that like button. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you. Always, yo, you always show up, and I think before you even type anything in, the first you do is hit the like button, my brother. I always appreciate you. David Osui. Devin also the youngest ever email champion. Facts over feelings. I don't know. I don't know what facts over feelings you're talking about. Devin is still the youngest undisputed champion. Devin is still multi-division champion, unified champion, and one of the most accomplished fighters of this generation. Facts over feeling. Correct me if there's anything that I said that wasn't facts. Come on now. You have to understand. You have to understand, David. If you take the Devin Haney hate route, which you obviously taken, it's going to be easy for me to crush you with the Devin Haney facts about his accomplishments. So you say email champion, cool. He beat Regis Prograis. He beat Vasil Lomachenko. What you got to say about that? You want to diminish them? You want to use the usual hater strategy? You want to say that they're no good? Come on now. Side. Devin beat Campbell for undisputed. Same Cambosos that beat Tio. Man, I'm pretty sure David doesn't know that. Facts over feelings, right? It seems like David is going with selective facts over his feelings. No, David, we got to use all the facts. Devin Haney is one of the best of this era. Going down in history as one of the best of this era. And you're going to sit there looking goofy as hell. But he got an email title when he was young, though. Like, yo, I can't believe you're still bringing that up, man. You sound goofy as hell, bro. Don't do it to yourself like that. Look, my peoples. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson is a fight that I really hope it happens. It's, it's not a done deal yet. They haven't agreed to anything, to my knowledge. Let's see how it plays out. I got Shakur winning that fight, though. I think it's a competitive fight. I think it is Shakur's most competitive fight to date. He may even face adversity in this fight, whether he get hurt or drop or something like that. But I see him winning this fight. And guess what? When he wins this fight, people are going to start discrediting Tio. The usual hate strategy. Oh, well, Tio's not really all that. If you really think about it, he lost to Cambosos. So, yeah, Tio's not all that. So, I think that's how it's going to play out. I can already see it playing out that way. Tarzan wrote, is Jake Paul fighting Tank or not? That's a great question. Right now, we really don't know the answer. We really don't know the answer to that question, bro. Honestly, in my opinion, the fight is not happening. I don't see it happening. From day one, I said this fight is not happening. David, he was emailed. David, we already got past Devin. That's it. Calm down. Relax. We already know you don't like Devin. Everything you're ever going to say about Devin negative, you already said it a million times in a million other different YouTube channels. You don't need to repeat it over here. Relax, my guy. We on Tank Davis and Jake Paul. You good. Tarzan Rose. This is a harder fight than Devin, in my opinion. So, Tank Davis versus Jake Paul, my peoples. I don't think that this fight is gonna happen for many different reasons. I said it from the beginning. Al Booger, salute. Come on, man. We're gonna have to start cooking this early. um, Tank Davis and Jake Paul. I've said it from the moment the whole situation about Tank Davis came out, the allegations. I said the fight is not happening. Why? Because I understand. I have a good understanding of how these companies work. These big corporations, MVP Promotion, Jake Paul. These people, one of the most important things to them is their image, my people. It's all about the image. And like I said yesterday, whether or not you like Jake Paul, you have to understand this guy has a squeaky clean image. What controversy have you ever seen Jake Paul be involved in? Think about that. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Jake Jake Paul's a guy who came up as a child actor in the Mickey Mouse Club. And from there, he transitioned into YouTube, making videos for kids. And then he went into boxing. So Jake Paul has never been involved in anything that you could remotely call controversy, ever. He could play tough on TV, but yo, the biggest controversy in Jake Paul's life was when he snatched the hat from Floyd Mayweather's head. That's it. That's his biggest controversy. That's the hardest thing he ever done in his life. Snatched the hat off of Floyd's head. And I think he even ran away with it. Matty Garcia, Joshua versus Paul will be a banger. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. The Soda Hybrid. Joshua knocks out Paul clean out. I believe it. I believe AJ put him to sleep. If it's not scripted, and if it's a real fight, if it's going in the box rec and it's a real fight, Jake Paul goes to sleep brutally. But if it's an exhibition show, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. If it's an exhibition, I'm not so sure. But listen, the way that these companies work, and I said it from the moment this whole situation came out, they do not want to be associated with anything related to controversy. They know if they proceed with this fight with Tank, the moment Jake Paul get in front of a microphone, there's going to be a reporter asking him, hey, Jake, what do you think about this situation with Tank? What do you think about the allegations? To which he's going to have to say, well, I'm going to make no comments because I don't know. And, that's going to work itself out in the court. He's going to have to give the politically correct answer of I don't know. And I can't make no comment on that, right? If Amanda Serrano get in front of a microphone, what you think they're going to ask her? Hey, Amanda, your boss is going to be fighting Tank and these allegations. What do you think? Now she's going to have to make a decision. Do I say what I really think or do I defend my boss? Oh, now, well, we don't really know what's going on. So, innocent till proven guilty, right? So Jake, he's not doing nothing wrong. She's going to have to go that route. So you're going to put everybody on MVP is going to have to answer questions about that. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. So how do they avoid answering questions about that? Disassociate themselves from that topic? Easy. Look what they already did. Number one, they said, we launched an investigation and we're not going to be commenting any further. That's number one. So that's it. You can't ask them about that because they already told us they're not going to be commenting any further. That's it. We got what we were going to get. So what's next? It's already been reported that they're looking for an opponent. They're already looking for somebody else. Multiple names have been floated out there. Guess what? The next announcement is going to be MVP promotion. We have chosen that we're going to go in another route. We don't know what's going on over there. We don't have any information. Let the details play out as they will in the legal process. And we won't comment any further on that matter. We're moving on over here. So they commented to let us know that there won't be no comment. And the next time they comment, I'm telling you, it's gonna be to say, "Yo, we're gonna go in a different direction, and we don't know what's going on over there." They're gonna disassociate themselves from Tank Davis in order to avoid being even touched by the subject of those allegations. They don't even want to comment. They don't want nothing to do with that. That's my prediction based on what I've seen a million times with companies like that. When an athlete, an actor, or whatever, it could be, it doesn't have to be a boxer. Any celebrity that's doing anything. That's how it be playing out. Then Nettie Bennett, Poir's not having an unscripted fight versus AJ. I mean, if he get knocked out, we're gonna say, damn, that was unscripted. Because he definitely, would not go up there planning on getting knocked out by such a devastating blow that AJ would deliver. Tarzan Rose, Conrad Frosch versus Jake Paul. Nah, I don't see that happening. Cobra. I don't see that happening, bro. Nah, I don't think he's gonna go from Tank Davis to a guy that doesn't have nowhere near that type of popularity. Matty Garcia, you think Haney got Norman Jr.? Man, I haven't been able to make a prediction for that fight, bro. That's such a good fight, such a competitive fight that it's hard. It's hard for me to say to make a prediction. I will make it, but I'm not sure yet, man. Tarzan Ropes, is Tank's career done? Honestly, I don't think his career is done. Obviously, this whole situation is going to have a negative impact. Um, he's not going to be able to get an exhibition for a bunch of money like he was planning on. And he's going to have to fight boxers because there's no one out there that's going to be able to give you an exhibition with the type of money that Jake Paul can. So he's going to have to go back, whether he does the rematch with Lamar Roach or whoever else. But if he's going to keep making money off of boxing, he's going to have to fight boxers. I know that Tank Davis has a lot of money, bro. Tank been making millions for years. So I don't know if he's going to choose to retire. I don't know if he's going to say, you know what, I got money, I'm going to invest, I'm going to keep getting properties and investing in that, and I'm done. I'm not going to fight no more. He could do that. So only time will tell. I don't think his career is done if he want to keep fighting, though. I think he'll be able to get fights and still be able to make a lot of money. Because I guarantee you, if Tank fight, whether it's a rematch with Lamar Roach or he fights somebody else, he's still gonna, of course, it's gonna be a smaller venue. They slick about that. They'll put him in a smaller venue and say, he's sold out. He's sold out. Put him in Dallas Cowboy Stadium. But he's still gonna do numbers. People still gonna buy the pay-per-view. People still gonna go to his fight. So he can still have a career. This is not gonna end his career, but it is gonna slow it down a bit. And it's gonna take away some opportunities like this one may be going away. But now his career is not done. The Hydro Grind. Good morning, my peoples. Happy Monday. Let's make this week the best one ever. We on it. Let's get it, my G. That's facts. David Osi. So what's that to do with him busting Jake ass? He's just going to work. I don't know who's just going. Who are you talking about, David? Are you talking about one of the potential opponents, or are you talking about Tank? I'm not sure. When you say him, who are you talking about? Because honestly, I don't think he's gonna fight AJ. I really don't think that fight's gonna happen. It can, I guess, because at some point I think that was brought up as a possibility. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe an exhibition, but fight for real, man. The Hydro Grind. I think Tank will still fight. You think he's still fighting Jake Paul? Man, the Hydro Grind. I know you're a hardcore Tank Davis fan, man, and that's how you want it to play out. I don't think you think that. It's more that you want it to happen. I think it's more about that. That you want it to happen. It's gonna happen. You think that fight is still gonna happen the same way that you thought Canelo was gonna knock out Terrence Crawford. I can't believe that you really believe that. Tarzan Rose, he will lose to Roach in a rematch. Tank doesn't have the hunger anymore. I don't think it's about him having or not having the hunger. I think it's about Lamar Roach being actually that good. Like, that's the problem. Every time we point out a fighter and say that is his mental health, that he don't have it, that we taking away from how good the other fighter actually is. If he was in the ring with somebody else that night, he would have knocked him out, and you wouldn't be saying that, bro. If he was in the ring with another fighter and he knocked him out that night, you would have never been saying that Tank don't got the hunger anymore. Lamar Roach made it seem like he don't got that hunger anymore because he that nice. Matty Garcia, Jake Paul needs to go MMA. I mean, listen, he carved a lane for himself in boxing, and he's going to keep making a lot of money. He ain't going to no MMA. Not to mention, not to mention that Jake Paul, you have to understand, the guy's been training in boxing already for like 6 years. He a boxer. He's not elite. He never will be, but he's a boxer. Hold on, my peoples. I'm about to put some cartoons for my son. So the hydro grind, what you're saying has a serious, serious flaw. The same thing with David. What you guys are saying is seriously flawed, and let me explain it to you. A court of law need evidence to convict you. So yes, David, you're innocent till proven guilty. You're right about that. But the court of public opinion doesn't work like a court of law, the hydro grind, David. So companies, when there's allegations levied upon you, they get away. They distance themselves. They don't wait to find out what's gonna be the outcome. They don't wait to find. They don't want to be attached. They don't want to be asked questions about those allegations. Did you hear what the allegations are? Cause the hydro grind, you say no, it's civil. It's civil. Yeah, it's civil. But in that civil suit, it's being alleged that Tank Davis kidnapped a woman, beat her, and kept her confined. You understand that? Oh, yes, it's civil. You can minimize it by saying it's civil. But those allegations, Jake Paul, Netflix, them big companies, they don't want to be associated with that. They don't want to answer questions about that. You need to understand that, bro. Why you think MVP put out a statement saying we won't comment no further? And by the way, the Hydro Grind, let me put you on real quick. They've already postponed the fight date. It's not in 10 days. They already postponed it. Let me see. Did they post it already? I think that shit has already been postponed. And postpone really mean we looking for another opponent. We're gonna make another announcement coming up. That's what that really means. So David, innocent till proven guilty. Me and you, we not a court of law, buddy. We the court of public opinion. So if you're a fan and you want to defend and you want to go the no, he you don't know what he did. Cool, you can do that in the public opinion. But guess what? Companies do not want to answer questions about that. They don't want to be associated with that. So they're gonna be like, nah, we don't know what's going on over there. We're not gonna comment, but we moving on to over here. You can ask us about this over here. Guide your grind. That's true though. Maybe because they don't want to be associated with those things. And I'm telling you, that goes across all sports. Bro, I've seen this so many times where it could be an actor that's going to do a movie and boom, allegations of something against women. And boom, all of a sudden, he not doing the movie anymore. Oh, that's it. The movie is going to be pushed to a different day. The actor got switched. I seen that. I've seen it a bunch of times in different fields of entertainment. Companies do not want to be associated with anything related to violence towards women. It's allegations. Remember, nothing has been proven. But the allegations are known. Companies like, nah, we good. Y'all handle that over there, whatever's going on. And after that in the future, maybe we could talk. But for now, we good. We don't need this type of smoke. The Hydro Grind. I was more talking about the people who say the fight is not happening because he'll be in jail. I mean, honestly, I haven't heard anyone say that because it is a civil suit. So jail is not even a possibility. Plus, this thing just happened. That situation, that civil suit can drag for months and even years. It depends. If Tank want to fight it and he's not going to give up the money, that thing could drag for a long ass time. Duncan Carter, Smith up early on my day off. Salute, my brother. And enjoy your day off, man. Happy Monday, my G. Eric Gomes, Jake finding a way out. The fight. I've been trying to tell people. You have to realize the Jake Paul image. Super squeaky clean, bro. Whether you like him or not, I keep asking people, tell me about the biggest Jake Paul controversy that you know about. What has he done bigger than snatching Floyd Mayweather's hat? Bigger than that. What's the craziest thing you heard Jake Paul done? The Hydro Grind. 5 days ago, Jake uploaded a trailer about the fight. November 14th, and the allegations had already been out. You don't understand the Hydro Grind. Look at... What are you talking? Yo, you confused, bro. It's November 3rd. The allegations exploded like 3 days ago. So now you confused, bro. Since the allegations came out, Jake Paul hasn't said a word or posted anything. He posted the trailer. Oh, the Hydro Grind. You slick. You're really trying to mix up the timelines. Since Jake Paul posted that trailer, that was like 2 days after that the allegations exploded. They were like 2 days after that it went viral all over social media. And since that day, he hasn't said a word. The Hydro Grind, I can't be mistaken. No, you conveniently assumed in Tank Davis' favor. Look, the allegations exploded like 3 days ago, bro. And since then, Jake Paul hasn't said a word about the fight, about Tank, about anything. He hasn't spoken. Jake Paul hasn't been in front of a camera. Nobody from MVP has been in front of a camera. Nothing. Since. So, nah. Trust me. They not. Look, the only time that MVP addressed this situation was simply to say that they're not going to address the situation, that they're investigating it. We're looking into it, and we'll have no further. And remember that I told you this, the hydro grind. Jay Stradamus is telling you. The next time they talk about it, they're going to be announcing another opponent, and once again say, we don't have no comment about that because we don't know what's going on. Let the legal situation play itself out, but we don't have no comments. So essentially, both times that they address it, or however many times they address it, they won't have any comments. That's how they disassociate themselves. Kobe, what do you think about Keyshawn and Shakur helping Jake Paul? And do you think it's going to help Jake if they do fight? I mean, look, boxing is a business. I don't think they helping Jake. I think they out there getting their money. That's what I think they doing. And does it help Jake to spar with elite level guys? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it helps him. So I think it helps him, but it's gonna help him develop himself as a fighter. The fight is not happening, and if it would happen, Tank was gonna beat him up anyways. It don't matter who Jake Paul practiced with, Tank would have beat him up. But I don't see that fight happening. That's my perspective. It's like I told you guys. I've seen this too many times. With actors, with athletes, with people who do different things who are very famous, celebrities. Where they involve in a personal situation and whatever they got going on falls through. Because they not trying to hear that. They don't want no involvement in that. That's the way it's gonna go down. Watch. And even though this was an exhibition, two guys, two different weight class, all of that stuff, people was gonna tune in. I believe that the viewership on Netflix was gonna be crazy for this one. And that's also why Jake Paul is gonna have to look for a big name opponent. I've heard some names being floated around. They probably talking to multiple people right now and see what's the best option. The Hydro Grind. Who would you like to see fight Jake? AJ. You know what? Not even AJ, because then I'm just saying I want him to get beat up, right? Not even AJ. If it's who I would like to see fight Jake, I'd like to see him fight an opponent who's ranked in the top 20 and is right around his age and size. That's what I would like to see. Look. I will right now select whoever's ranked number 25 right now. I don't know who that is. Whoever's ranked number 25 in the division, fight him. You see, I'd like to see him do something like that. I don't care who it is, fight that guy. Because the guy who's ranked number 25 earned that spot. He got up there somehow. Go fight him. Instead of all these circus show fights. Young Guns, Shakur not staying on code, J. Smith. Boots just got heat for this sparring with Canelo to get him ready for Bud. I like that Berlanga versus Jake. So, look, man, the staying on code stuff, that's a racist people narrative. I don't even play with that idea. Boxing is a business. People want to use whatever codes they want to use when they don't like a fighter. And when they like a fighter, then they play dumb. Don't you see how they was shredding, absolutely shredding Jake Paul's entire career. But the moment Tank Davis is going to fight him, Oh, I would do the same thing too. We would all do the same. Oh, now your whole point of view changed. Now Jake Paul is good for Tank because he bringing the bag. But why Jake Paul wasn't good for all them other fighters that he was getting them a bag? So the whole narrative of staying on code, I find that super corny. I don't even pay mind to that, bro. 37 Breezy. I want Tank to fight Teofimo, Haney, Russell Hitchens, Murataya, at least one of these guys. Well, look, if the Jake Paul fight isn't happening, which I don't think it will, it might be a blessing in disguise. Because that'll lead to Tank Davis fighting somebody. Look, man, I'd rather Tank Davis fight any boxer than fight Jake Paul in an exhibition. And that Lamar Roach rematch, we all know, my people, let's keep it 100. We all know that Lamar Roach deserved that rematch. And you know what? Lamar Roach, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I wouldn't be surprised if he's celebrating what's going down. Because he's getting the last laugh. Remember, Lamar Roach got shitted on, my peoples. That was his fight, his payday, his second time on the spotlight, his opportunity to win the biggest fight of his career. And that just got taken away from him. He got kneecapped. So he's watching Tank Davis and Jake Paul like, damn, y'all, this was supposed to be me up there. And now look, that fight might not even happen. According to Jay Smith, it's not going to happen. Al Booger, I like the Anello type of guy. Either Big Baby. David, y'all want Tank to fight everybody on boxing. Keep that energy for Shakur. But David, Shakur want to fight everybody, and we want him to fight everybody. It's just that everybody, including Tank, don't want to fight. They scared. That's the problem that y'all got, David. That Tank is 30 years old, ain't fight none of the best, don't want to fight none of the best, and you don't want him to fight none of the best. Look how you say, y'all want Tank to fight everybody. That's your problem. You don't want Tank to fight nobody. And that's why he has a cherry pick career at 30 years old. Y'all got to stop that, David. Y'all got to stop that, David. You got to start wanting Tank to fight the best. Shakur, one of my favorite fighters. I want him to fight the best. I want him to fight Teofimo. Did you not see what we was talking about earlier? Shakur versus Teo. I want Shakur to fight Teofimo Lopez. Tank is scared to death of Teofimo. He won't fight him. But you don't say nothing about that. What can we do with you? You Tankomaniacs have a whole different logic for Tank, bro. The Hydro Grind. Tarzan, I agree. Netflix will want a big name replacement, of course. And I said this as well. Netflix don't want nothing to do with those allegations. I guarantee you, the moment those allegations came out, Netflix was like, yo, Jay, let me holler at you. What we gonna do? What we gonna do, Jay? We can't have that over here. He got that call or that email or sign from Netflix like, bro, we don't do those. Matter of fact, Netflix themselves done kick people out of series and kick people out of shows for allegations. And pulled shows and did all type of stuff over allegations. They done that already. So again, that fight is dead in the water. They just haven't announced it. But I'm telling you guys ahead of time. There's already been multiple people show up on this live telling me, you don't know what you talking about. This fight is happening. This fight is going down. You should have known why I'm Jay Stradamus. And if you don't know, once again, you're going to get to see it. The Hydro Grind, you know I'm Jay Stradamus, bro. You should already know what's the deal. You, the Hydro Grind of all people, should know. If I told you this thing is not happening, put your money on it if you want to. Side, Warley is what they thought Wilder was. Listen, bro. Fabio Wardley is substantially better than what people thought he was. And I'm gonna be honest, he's a lot better than I thought he was. You know why? Because I allowed the narrative around him to shape my perception. People kept saying that he just got a punch, he just got a punch, but he can't box, he can't really fight. I fed into that narrative. That's why I tell you, my peoples, never feed into a narrative. Watch. And because I fed into that narrative, when I watched the fight with Huni and he was having trouble, I was like, oh shit. So this guy just got power. That's crazy. He's okay, but he's not gonna survive when he get to those guys. Well, in that last fight, we saw the skills that Fabio Wardley has, along with the power. Did you see that snappy jab? Did you see the footwork? Did you see him on his toes? The angles? So yes, Joseph Parker was winning the fight, but it was a very competitive fight. It was a very good fight. And you saw how it ended. You saw how it ended. Which, by the way, people who wanted Parker to win the fight and were rooting for Parker, they didn't want to accept that the way the stoppage, the way the referee stopped it. No, no, he could have kept going. He could have kept going. That was a legitimate stoppage. I said it from the beginning, and I had Hall of Fame referee Joe Cortez join me on the show, and he agreed that it was a legitimate stoppage. David Owusi, he refused to join the Illuminati. When you join the industry, understand you either sign up or they will destroy you. Oh, you got conspiracies. He got David got the conspiracies going on over here. All right, you got it, David. So, David, was it the Illuminati that made Tank Davis drag that girl off the basketball court? The video's out, right? He dragged her off the basketball court, grabbed her by the neck of her jacket, dragged her off the basketball court. Then when David was in the back, he dragged the cameras followed them. Then he dragged her to a separate room. People was like, yo, chill, chill. He dragged her to a separate room. They closed the door. So you couldn't really see what he did once he dragged her out of public. So, David, what you got for me? What conspiracy you got for me? You think the Illuminati made him do that? Or maybe the Illuminati made a hologram Tank Davis and that wasn't him. That was just a hologram of him. What you got for me, David? And what you think he did once he dragged her into that private room? You think he was reading her the Quran? Giving her some advice? Making her some tacos? Let me know what you think he did once he dragged her out of public view. Put me on. Yo, people don't realize, man, that they'll embarrass themselves trying to say things that don't make no sense. Since you like conspiracies, David, let me know what you think happened once Tank dragged her out of public view. What conspiracy you got for that one? Somehow, some way, let's find a way to link the Illuminati to Tank Davis dragging a girl off the basketball court in front of a crowd of people, in front of everybody. I'd love to hear your take on that one, David. Put me on. Side, he gave her the open palm. He wasn't reading no Psalms. She was feeling the palms. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's all speculation. But I would love to see what David got for us. Was it the Illuminati waiting in the back? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how we can make that connection David put us on. Enlighten us of the things that you know that we don't. Young Guns, I'm surprised, Jay Smith, we don't have any video footage from the biggest strip club in the state. Well, the thing is, it's not about whether or not there's video footage. It's not about that. It's about what happens with footage when people got a lot of money. Bro, come on now. You surprised about footage from a club? Look at the Epstein files. The Epstein files has been something that people know about since how long? Still ain't seen it. Still ain't seen the list of names. So when there's money involved, my brother, footage don't matter. There's money to buy that footage. Tarzan Rose, Tank can hide those tapes. I'm telling you, when there's money involved, and we don't look, we don't want to say that Tank did anything, right? But the point is that when there's money involved, we know how this play out. Yo, and look, this is not regarding Tank. This is just in the entertainment industry, right? You know how many chicks got beat up and sued, and they got sent a little 50K, 100K, and they dropped the lawsuit? You know how many times that happened? How often that happens? How often they settle out of court? What you think settle out of court means? So, do you think because somebody settled out of court it means it never happened? When people have money, things play out differently for them. They don't play out the same way that they play with me and you. Don't judge somebody's situation when they're wealthy to that same situation if you were in it. Because that's a mistake. If it was me and you in it, those tapes would have came out. If it was me and you. But if it's a millionaire, it's a different ball game. David, we know he was set up. David, who's we? Nobody here agrees with you. You're literally by yourself. Who's we? And David, you know you have a weak argument when you start trying to bunch your opinion with other people. Look, you're looking for help now. At this point, you're looking for help. It's me and you going back and forth, and you're saying, we know he was set up. Who the hell's we? It's just you saying that. I haven't seen nobody else saying that up in here. So, no, we don't know he was set up. No, we don't. We don't know what happened, but you haven't said what happened. So he was set up in the basketball court? David Osei, are you saying that he was set up so that he can drag a girl off the basketball court and drag her to the back? That's what you're saying? I don't know how you could set somebody up to do that. Side, like how Bob settled with Crawford to avoid him winning the lawsuit going public. Ah, you see? There you have it. There you have it. But what do you do when you settle the lawsuit? You get rid of the conversation. So even though we spoke about it for a bit, but that's not even a topic of conversation. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody gives a damn about it because it was settled. The conversation ends right there. But while a situation is pending, it's going to be addressed. Wally Ahmad. What up, Jay? Good to see you in good health, bro. Salute. Salute, my brother. Appreciate it, man. Health is wealth. We need that. Sai, Young Guns. Ain't no woman beater here, bro. I mean, I don't know, man. Some people, they take their opinion and they want to push it up on everybody else. How you step in talking about, we don't believe it, and we this, we that. Who? Bro, speak for yourself. Ain't nobody here agreeing with you. What are you talking about? The hydro grind. David, please just explain how he was set up, bro. I don't even understand. Not this guy already brought up the Illuminati. Like what are we doing? Side. Ain't it iconic how tank top is another word for a wife beater? Tank top? Oh, shit. Damn. It's ironic. It is ironic. Young Guns. If Tank had a better history over the years, I could believe it more. You see, that's the problem, man. When you have 4, 5 different women that don't know each other, that are not connected to each other, making similar allegations, it becomes a problem. So yes, there's gonna be the tankomaniacs like David who say, no, no, he's being set up. The Illuminati did this to him. You know, there's gonna be that, but it's gonna be the overwhelming majority of people who are just looking at it logically, the court of public opinion, and then it's gonna be the few tankomaniacs that's like, no, no, and they're gonna defend no matter what. And I get that, you know, when you become a certain level of celebrity, you get to have a certain level of fans. This is the reality. Wally Ahmad, who do you think should be a good stand-in for Jake Paul to fight? I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Jake Paul is gonna be looking for a big name, because you can't go from Tank Davis to just some average Joe. You can't go from Tank Davis to another retired guy that you're bringing back. Another 55-year-old guy that you're bringing back. You can't do that. From Tank Davis, you're going to have to go into something that's going to seem like a fight. I've heard Berlanga's name be floated around, AJ's name be floated around, a few others. I don't know, but he needs a name so that it could still be a quality matchup that people want to look at. President Fade Morelia, do you think Crawford versus Mayweather will happen soon? Crawford versus Mayweather, that will never happen, bro. I don't know how you... Mayweather versus Pacquiao, I don't know if you meant to say that. Mayweather versus Pacquiao, it looks like it's in the works, and it may happen. Crawford and Mayweather will never, ever share the ring. Ever. Young Guns, you got monetized. I see the dollar symbol, Jay Smith, but we can't super chat with it. Only channel memberships. So let me explain to you something, my brother. Um, Finally, YouTube allowed me to be monetized after all the hating and all the... But remember, I'm under a YouTube strike right now. That strike expires in 90 days. So for 90 days, Super Chats will not be... I think 80 days left. So for that amount of time, Super Chats are not allowed. But the channel is monetized, and eventually you will be able to see the Super Chat. Kawhi Elliott, salute. Salute. When you got female ways, you do dumb Tank paints his nails that female ways, so I believe it. So I'm gonna tell you, Kawhi Elliott, you know, I question Tank when it comes to that. I questioned it, and I felt like, damn, it's controversy. People gonna rain on me, but I don't have a problem with the community, with the rainbow community. I even have supported the community, but I think when somebody's in the closet, that could be problematic. They end up having mental health issues. They end up being angry all the time because they can't be themselves. They can't be what they really want to be. So, honestly, after Floyd Mayweather said that Tank got sugar in his tank, that made me think. Like, damn, I remember them videos with Tank shaking his hips and shit, slapping his hips, and in his underwear, and look and smiling, kind of looking fruity, and it made me think, damn, is Tank somebody who's in the closet, and that's why he's having these altercations with women? Because yo, men that be in the closet and get girlfriends, they be baiting their ass. I'm not saying that's the case here, but I'm telling you, I've seen it personally. Somebody in the closet baiting women up all the time, and eventually come out the closet. That's it. No more problem with women. You don't gotta date them anymore. Cause people that's in the closet is their girlfriends that they get, cause they don't want to be with a woman. I'm stuck with you for the public, so they could think I hate you. It be like that. Young Guns. Okay, after 80 days, I see. At least you got it. Yeah, man. It's been it's been a tough battle because the channel got monetized when I got to 1,000 subscribers. And look, we're at 2,200, 2,300, and this whole time it hasn't been monetized because I had some strikes. Then YouTube asking me for tax information, all type of stuff. But I tell you, man, look, and I'm gonna make a little sidebar to mention that. My peoples, Box Center is something that you could take as an example of just keep fighting and just keep pushing. Because, I did this channel and, it's been growing slowly but surely. People getting to know me, people getting to see me. Some people run into my stuff on social media, they recognize me. And they don't realize the hard work that I've been putting in and the downs, the ups and downs. Some of you been there all these times that I've been getting shadow banned. I'm actually shadow banned right now. If you notice, most of the people that go into the live is the people that's already subscribed to the channel, so you run into it. Most people's not getting notifications. I'm right now under a YouTube strike. So it's just keep pushing no matter what. I've been live for an hour where it's been just three, four people on the live. And still pushing, still giving you guys the same energy, still giving you the best I can every time out. You guys know it doesn't matter to me, man. It's been 150 people on the live, and it's been 5 on the live. And I'm still going at you with that same energy. And I'm still cooking those that need to be cooked with the same energy, regardless. Donald Berry, man, y'all just haters. That man ain't that way. I bet none of y'all will say that shit to his face. Any amount. Donald Berry, when you say that man is not that way, what do you mean? Like, what way is he? Like, we don't know Tank Davis, and I think you don't know Tank Davis. So what way do you think he is that you're suggesting? Because that's the thing. When you start defending, I'm not saying that he's guilty or innocent. I know about the allegations just like everyone else. But when you start defending, I ask you one question and then you look goofy as hell because you don't even know how to answer it. You're saying y'all are just haters. Haters for what? For addressing what's been happening? You want it swept under the rug, Donald Barry? You want everybody to stay quiet, don't talk about it? That's not the way that things work in real life, unfortunately. If that was you, Donald Barry, your ex-classmates will be talking about it. Your neighbors will be talking about it. Your own family will be talking about it. But it's a celebrity and you're a tank of maniacs. So you're like, nah, everybody will talk about it. It's a hater. Nah, ain't nobody hating. Scott Fernie, keep grinding. I watch you. Salute, my brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, my guy. And I'm telling you, it's been a tough grind for myself. With these strikes, the zone took down a video and gave me a strike. Netflix took down a video and gave me a strike. So these companies that I think I'm supporting, they struck me down. So, but I still grind. I still keep going. And by the way, my peoples, check out the comment that is pinned. That's Box Center 2.0. Subscribe to that channel, my peoples. I promise you, 100% exclusive content is dropping on that channel. And nothing that you see on Box Center 2.0 will be seen elsewhere. Nothing. Subscribe, my peoples. I promise you, you'll enjoy what you're going to see on there. Scott Fernie, I subscribed a while ago. I appreciate it, my G. Side, Donald Berry, we just spotting patterns. It's a repeat occurrence. But that's the thing, Side. When you see something, it's like everybody sees it except the hardcore fans. Because the thing about the hardcore fan is that the main focus is to defend, no matter what. How you gonna tell somebody how Tank Davis is or isn't? None of us know. We don't know. We don't know Tank Davis as a person, but based on what we seen, we can formulate an opinion. Simple as that. Kawhi Elliott. I told you the zesty Hollywood Tank fans are weird. See how this bomber came to his rescue? But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, this happens with Tankomaniacs, but you don't see that in real life. If that was any of you, If any of you had those allegations floating over your head, bro, you be cooked. Everybody's putting you down. Your family, like, yo, now he tripping, bro. I don't know what happened with that dude. Your family is gonna be talking about you like, yo, your cousin is tripping. Nah, that's your cousin. What you talking about? But people who are hardcore fans of somebody, they different, bro. They different. It's kind of like R. Kelly. Look at R. Kelly. People saw him molesting a 13-year-old girl on video, and they still like, nah, yo, R. Kelly got set up. R. Kelly's innocent. It was the Illuminati that took him down. You let that sizzle in your spirit, my people. You don't watch R. Kelly doing it on video, and you still say he innocent. Ain't shit you could do when people are, fanatics of somebody. Scott Fernie, he was suspect in the video dancing. There's a couple of videos that Tank is dancing and it looks. That's why I have thought about the possibility of Tank Davis being in the closet, and that's part of the reason why he's going through mental health issues. That would affect you. Because if you're in the closet, and I've seen it personally, guys who are in the closet dating women and they beat their ass. And again, with Tank, it's just allegations. We don't know that this is real. But if it is, then it makes me think, damn, if he's beating up all these girls, if it's real, then he could be in the closet frustrated. But honestly, it made me think about it when Floyd Mayweather said he has sugar in his tank. That's when I said that's suspect. Because obviously Floyd seen him coming up. And let me tell you something, my peoples. And I want you guys to think about this. Men, we don't go around calling each other gay. Think about it. We don't go around calling each other gay. Like if we know each other and we get into an argument about whatever it is and we beefing, we don't go around talking about, yeah, he gay. We don't do that. But if you're in the closet and we beefing, we might oust your ass. Yeah, that dude fruity. You know what? He fruity. Yep. You might get ousted. So whether or not Floyd Mayweather was telling the truth when he said Tank got a little sugar in his tank, I don't know. We don't got any proof that that's real. But it makes you think. It makes you wonder. It at least made me think about it. Like, damn. Floyd Mayweather talk about Tank got sugar in his tank. What's up with that? Jason Williams. Bam. Salute, my brother. Vic. That's why Tank left Floyd house. Floyd wanted to F him. Nah, come on. Don't say that, bro. Don't say that. Don't say that. Floyd, there's nothing about Floyd that says that he has those inclinations. So that would be, that's a crazy conspiracy right there, bro. Nobody has ever said that about Floyd. But Floyd said that about Tank. That he got sugar in his tank. Does he got sugar in his tank? I don't know. I don't know, my peoples. Side, can't put that shirt on Floyd back. Look, man, whatever's going on with Tank Davis, and whatever the reason is that he keep landing in these situations, it affected what's gonna happen, because I told you I don't think Tank versus Jake is going down because of this controversy. My people's Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. That fight is not a done deal. It looks like they haven't signed contracts yet. But consider the fact that this could be Ryan Garcia's possibility to become a world champion. And I gotta tell y'all, I've been a believer of Ryan Garcia. I've been a believer that he is gonna become a world champion. There's the opportunity, y'all. There's the opportunity that he may be waiting for. And that he, when we finally get to see Ryan become a world champion, we might see Ryan Garcia, should he win this fight, get to the top. Now you imagine that Ryan Garcia becoming a world champion at the welterweight division. So this right here, my peoples. That's why I believe that Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios is a great fight. Barrios is coming off of that showdown with Manny Pacquiao, which it was a very close fight. And there's people out there saying that Manny Pacquiao won. So Barrios, I think he kind of got a chip on his shoulders where, he has to perform. He has to look good. He's going to want to show out against Ryan Garcia. And that's going to be, the biggest stage outside of facing Manny Pacquiao. And now Ryan Garcia gets his opportunity to become a world champion. So he got a chip on his shoulder. He want to show the world, yes, I am a world champion. I'm world championship caliber fighter. So I think both fighters, in a way, have a chip on their shoulder, have something that they want to prove. And we're going to see it. If this fight happens, it's going to be super competitive. And I'm not even ready to make a prediction. That's how good this fight is. Not ready. I'm not ready, my people. Real talk. Vic, that's what Tank insinuated on his interview years ago. Can't believe he hasn't had a belt. He's been a star for a while. So I don't honestly, Vic. I don't remember Tank insinuating that Floyd wanted to f him. If I'm not mistaken, the whole issue was that supposedly Floyd's daughter was hitting Tank up on Snapchat, and I guess trying to link up with him or something. And Floyd found out and got mad. But it looks like the way that Tank spoke about it, it looks like he never did nothing with that girl, never got involved with her or anything. That's what it looks like. So, but at the end of the day, why would Tank say that Floyd got a little sugar in his tank? Why would he say that? What exactly would be the point? And think about it, growing up, you've had little beefs and little situations with people that friends that maybe were with you in high school or from the same block where you're from. Then you go around saying, oh, this dude's gay, this dude's gay. When you have beef with somebody, no, because people don't do that. Has anyone ever said that you was gay? Have you had anyone say that you was gay when they was mad at you? That, people don't just do that. So when somebody says that a person is gay, it makes you think about it. Damn, wow. Why would you say that? You know, what has happened for you to say that? Are you trolling? Are you making stuff up out of thin air? Or are you saying something that's real? It makes you think about it. Side, you see Buck call out Johnny Beck? Yup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It looks like we will get Terrence Crawford versus Johnny Beck. And the funny thing about it is that that's one of the fights that I predicted. I predicted that fight happening. Because I said the best option for Terrence Crawford was to move down to the 160 division. Now he's going to win a title in a 6th division. He's going to be, well, by beating Johnny Beck, he won't be 4 times undisputed just yet. But I want you to think about this, my peoples. Right now, Terrence Crawford is a 5-division world champion. That's a very, very short list, which includes Floyd Mayweather. He's one of the guys who won titles in 5 divisions. But here's the interesting part about that, my peoples, that I want you to consider. If Terrence Crawford wins a title in the 160 division, he's going to be part of a group that only has two other fighters in it. Oscar De La Hoya, 6th division champion. Manny Pacquiao, 8th division champion. Floyd Mayweather, 5th division champion. He's not in that list. So Terence Crawford will have won titles in more divisions than Floyd Mayweather by winning a title at 160. So that's why I keep telling you, every time he accomplished something new, he's moving up in those all-time rankings. 4-time undisputed, we're going to have a conversation about whether or not he's the greatest of all time. We're going to have that conversation if he accomplishes that. George Jacket, Tennessee has entered the chat. Ooh, Tennessee's in the building. Salute, my brother. Bam. That's where they made the Jack Daniels, the home of the Jack Daniels. Jason Williams. Johnny Beck may have 3 titles if Bub beats him. He could fight Adames to be 4 times undisputed champion in 4 different weight classes. It can happen. Terence Crawford may be able to become undisputed by making 2 fights. You can do that. Johnny Beck said that he'll go after Adames after his next fight and then fight Crawford, almost suggesting that he won't fight Crawford right after the next one. You know what's funny? I got Carlos Adames on Facebook. You know he's Dominican, right? And I asked him, but he didn't answer. I was like, yo, is there a possibility, man, that you and Crawford might fight? And he didn't even answer. Because, you know, a lot of times athletes, things like that, they won't talk about it unless they got something solid going on. But I would like to see it, man. I would like to see Carlos Adames get that opportunity. Side, Jason Williams. That's the right there. Side, I think Bush should fight Adames in the interim. No, brother. That's not an interim. Adames has a world title, my guy. That's not interim. He got a full-blown title. VKD. Tigre, saludos. Hope you and your family are doing well. Salute. Bam. Same to you, my brother. Jason Williams, side. But we still gonna have goofball saying, but ain't for no one. His resume trash, etc. Yeah, but that's people who don't know shit about boxing, my guy. You can't blame people who don't know shit about boxing for making those type of comments. When you look at Terence Crawford's resume, consider the fact that he's beaten champions across multiple divisions, you know, all of the accomplishments. This guy's resume is a great resume. If Crawford retired right now, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer right now. Jason Williams. No, he means fight Adames next. Then fight Johnny Beck. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is that Adames is not an interim champion. He is a full-blown champ. So if he was to fight Adames, that's a full-blown championship fight. I would love it. I would love to see it. My Dominican brother get an opportunity. And they know each other. They sparred with each other. We seen the viral video of Crawford and Adames trading some nasty leather. So I'd like to see it. Sai, I can't take people that serious. The same guys who call Canelo old and Spence Wash excuse makers. It's the excuse make. I call them the excuse makers and the narrative spreaders. The narrative spreaders, the ones that just can't accept what's really happening. So they need to spread a narrative to push what they want to believe. Scott Fernie, I almost forgot Crawford a couple times. I almost fought Crawford a couple times. National Golden Gloves 06 and a ringside tournament in 06. Ever a C. And what happened, Scott? Did you guys not ended up matching with each other in those tournaments? Side, I'm an interim as in the meantime. Oh, okay. Jason Williams. He wasn't saying Adames is an interim champ. I got it. And look, I like that fight. I like Terence Crawford versus Carlos Adames. I like that fight. And I told you guys, man, I hit Adames up And he didn't answer. I'm going to hit him up again, man. I'm going to hit him up again. Be like, yo, champ. Matter of fact, I'm going to see if one day I could convince Carlos Adames to join me on the live, bro. I'm going to hit him up and be like, yo, what's up, man? So, my peoples, listen. Johnny Beck got his own fight going on, and I know that Crawford did call him out and wished him luck for his upcoming fight. I would like to see Terence Crawford versus Carlos Adames, my peoples. That's a heck of a fight. We seen the sparring video. We know that Crawford and Adames have shared the ring. Listen, my peoples. Terence Bud Crawford, El Caballo Bronco, Carlos Adames, that fight will be explosive. That will be an action-packed showdown. Is it going to happen? I don't know. But I would love to see it. El Caballo Bronco. Pelea con Crawford. Esa pelea a mí me gusta. Esa pelea se tiene que hacer. Hagan ese pleito. Yo, Crawford, give my boy Carlos Adames an opportunity. Get that fight. That's a championship fight we want to see. The fans have spoken. Hell yeah. Scott Fernie, I think Adames was a sparring partner for the Canelo fight. You see, that I'm not aware of. Honestly, I don't think that he was, but then again, I don't know if they just maybe didn't disclose it. But I think that Carlos Adames versus Terence Crawford is a championship fight at 160. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Side, the sparring session was fire. Oh, they was trading some serious leather. Crawford and Adames was going at it. Side, I know Joelis Hernandez was a sparring partner for Canelo. MAW. Middleweight title. And last box to tick. Is the last box to tick. That's it. Terence Crawford is going to complete the crazy resume by becoming a champion in the 6th division and maybe even becoming undisputed in the 4th division. You imagine how you become champion in 6 divisions and undisputed in 4 of those divisions. That's it. We're going to have the conversation about the greatest of all time. Let that sizzle in your spirit. The guy that's been hated on, discredited, and now he's going to be the greatest of all time. Just like that. MAW, yes, they were sparring partners. Might be friends. If so, chase Johnny Beck, in my humble opinions. Look, man, no matter how it's going to play out, Crawford is going to 160. He already named Johnny Beck by name, so that looks like it's going to be a future opponent. What after? Who else does he? Because I think if Crawford fights Johnny Beck, and let's say Johnny Beck comes to some of those titles, and the guy remaining with a belt is Carlos Adames, that's going to be the inevitable. It's going to be the inevitable that we get that fight. Side, Johnny Beck has a lot of respect for Crawford, too. It's guys like that give Bud the best fights. He has a lot of respect, but most importantly, he can fight, man. Johnny Beck can fight. He got power, and he's about that smoke. He's about that action. Johnny Beck really about that action. So you can expect a tough competitive fight. Of course, I told you guys before, I don't see anybody beating Terence Crawford. That's just the reality, my people. That's my personal thing right there. I do not see anybody beating Crawford at this point. Why? Because he's just on that level. There are fighters throughout history that when they're in their time, when it's their time, ain't nobody beating them. Crawford is one of them. Just like Naoya Inoue, just like Alexander Usyk, just like Shakur Stevenson. Nobody beating any of those guys. Put your money on them. Every time they fight, just put your money on them. And that's all you need to do. Ain't nobody beating them. My peoples, I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in on this beautiful Monday morning. Hope you guys enjoy the show. remember to subscribe to Box Center 2.0, my peoples. Check out the comment right there that I put on the thumb, on the whatever the hell they call that shit. Um, the link is there so you guys can subscribe to Box Center 2.0. Again, my peoples, help me get to 50 subscribers ASAP. I only got 21 subscribers thus far. Damn, don't do me like this, my peoples. Represent for your boy Jay Smith. I only got, look, there's only 21 subscribers thus far in Box Center 2.0. I promise you, my peoples, it's only exclusive videos that are dropping on that channel. When I get to 50 subscribers, I am going to be doing a show at night, which is only going to stream on this channel. So remember, my peoples, do not miss out on the brand spanking new exclusive content that will only be on Box Center 2.0. You don't want to miss it, my peoples. I'm trying to tell you. MAW. I'm the 11th sub on the 2.0 channel. Ooh, salute, my brother. Appreciate it. You see, early on. That's what I'm talking about. There's people that get on there where there's nobody there. I appreciate that, man. Scott Fernie. Surprised you don't have more subscribers. So on that channel, I started like 2 days ago. So it's like 19 subscribers. On this one, I got 2,000 and something. But I'm going to be honest, Scott Fernie. There's reasons why it's like that. Number one, I've received a bunch of strikes from YouTube. Right now, I'm actually shadow banned. That's why you see that you won't see more than maybe 20, 25 people go on the live. So before I was shadow banned, you will see 100 people, 150 people, and boom. Then I started getting shadow banned. People started reporting the channel like consistently. And I've been battling it out, my brother. I've been battling it out. Plus, I block people out left and right. People who come with the goofballery, spreading narratives, spreading fake news, spreading fake conspiracies, I block them out. I'd probably be at 3,000 right now if I didn't block so many people. Jason Williams, you're wrong about the subscriber count. I just subscribed. Oh, shit, here we go. Salute, my brother. Appreciate it. We're going to get to 50. Listen, we're going to get to 50 subscribers real fast. And when I start that night live, Box Center 2.0 is going to get lit up. It's going to be lit. And I promise you, you guys are going to enjoy it because boxing for breakfast, you guys know what this is about. We do it every Monday, every morning, Mondays through Fridays. But the nightly show, which I haven't given you the name yet, is going to be something different. All I can tell you, man, is going to be a cookout. People going to be getting cooked on Box Center 2.0. So let's get to 50 subscribers, man. I'm dying to get that started. MAW, someone got jealous, man. A lot of people jealous, man. That's crazy. The jealousy is crazy, bro. Crazy. I never thought it was going to be like that. Especially, I thought that jealousy was going to kick in. Like, okay, if I'm getting famous or if they see me on TV. But goddamn, I haven't even gotten anywhere. What you jealous about? It is what it is, though. We're going to keep it pushing, my people. We're going to keep it grinding. Now, my prediction, I noticed fans are emotional. And sometimes people, they go against you simply because they disagree with your opinion. And it shouldn't be that way. Because me personally, I'm not trying to make everybody agree with me. I'm not trying to make everybody disagree with me. Yo, when I said that Terrence Crawford is the face of boxing, yo, a bunch of people unsubscribed from the channel. The first time I said it, people unsubscribe from the channel, bro. Let that sizzle in your spirit. I think we're like 50 some people, 60 some people. Nah, fuck this guy. I'm not supporting you. Like, goddamn. So, and that's the one thing, man. When I see something a certain way, I'm gonna say it. Whether people agree with me or not, I'm gonna say it. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to become somebody who's just trying to tell everybody what they want to hear or who's trying to make everybody agree with them. I'm not trying to be that, my peoples. Box Center is a show where people go in and agree, disagree, trash talk each other. We not all here to have the same point of view and express the same opinion. That's not what this is about. This is about us saying what we really think about the fight, what we really think about the fighters, what we really think, who we really think won the fight. That's what this is about. But people get emotional. People get real emotional, especially when things don't play out the way they want it to. I understand the feelings. Remember, Crawford was supposed to get knocked out, and it was going to be made to look easy and everything. So imagine the emotions. If you told everybody Crawford was going to get knocked out and made to look easy, and then you have to watch him put the Swiss, the Dre, and the Apple Beats on Canelo. Your feelings are going to be hurt. Give me a second, my peoples. Let me grab my chair. Let me grab my chair. My peoples, by the way, happy Monday to everybody. Y'all already know we about to, all of us, everyone in here is about to have a great week. MAW, man, I'm not a fan of Ryan getting another title shot straight after a loss, but he's popular, so it sells. At least Barrios can hopefully be paid well. I mean, I believe Barrios is going to get a real good payday. Um, let's see how this fight plays out. I think it's gonna be a very interesting fight to see. And I expect Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios to be a very competitive fight. We're talking about two guys who are young. They both have power. And I said it yesterday, man. I think a fight is gonna break out early in this one. I think it won't take long before you see them trading some nasty leather. Now, I think that this fight can go the distance. Ryan can take a shot, Barrios can take a shot, and they're both warriors. So I think this fight can go. It could be a very tough fight where they trade some nasty leather, and it goes 12. I think. Side, let's hope Ryan get knocked out. Damn, bro, why you want to see Ryan Garcia get knocked out though? Side, Barrios isn't great though, so Ryan could win. I think they're both real good fighters, and it's going to be a competitive fight, man. I haven't even been able to make a prediction on this one. Remember, they haven't agreed yet. As of right now, it looks like they're, in negotiations, contracts, and all that. But it doesn't look like they've agreed to fight yet. So we have to see how it plays out. Mm. I want to say, take a look at the landscape and see what's going on with everybody. Devin Haney is gonna fight Brian Norman Jr. in his welterweight debut for championship fight. Teofimo Lopez is in talks with Shakur Stevenson. We're not sure if that fight's gonna happen, but they're in ongoing negotiations, or that's what it looks like. Then you have Ryan Garcia, who's in negotiations with Mario Barrios. This fight is looking like it's gonna happen. And then there's Tank Davis versus Jake Paul. That one right there is in limbo. We don't know what's gonna happen. I gave you my prediction, but there hasn't been an announcement yet. So they haven't officially announced if the fight is still on or if Jake Paul is gonna fight a different opponent. So that's the situation that all four of these fighters are in. MAW. Barrios is a big opportunity for Ryan to finally become a champion. I'll be cheering Barrios. Barrios underappreciated, sadly. Props to whoever wins, as long as it's not controversial. So Barrios is a worthy champion. He holds a title, and Ryan Garcia, he's gonna get his shot. He's gonna get another title shot. Um, is he gonna win this fight? Can he win this fight? We're gonna find out. Styles make fights, so I believe that Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios are gonna give us a heck of a fight. It's gonna be explosive. MAW. Devin versus Ryan rematch could happen at 147. Imagine, bro. If Ryan Garcia wins and Devin Haney wins, their rematch will be a unification in the welterweight division. That would be insane. That fight will be huge. Huge. Underrated will. I feel like when fighters get exposed, like Devin Ryan, PEDs or no PEDs, it shows the defect of certain fighters and can't wait to see the rematch. Look, the way that first fight played out, I know that the PED allegations and suspension and all that stuff is gonna have to be part of the conversation, right? But the way that it played out, it seems like Ryan Garcia has Devin Haney's number. Like he is gonna be able to land that shot at will. Almost like the rematch will play out the same way. Like Devin Haney will have his moments where he's outboxing him, but then he's getting caught with that big left hook. Jimbo Allen, what up, Jay? What up, Jay Smith? I believe Barrios will easily defeat Garcia. Styles make fights. Ryan's left hook is his only tool. Jimbo Allen, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight at all. I think that a fight is gonna break out early. I think it is gonna be competitive. If Barrio wins, I think he's gonna win by edging it out. By edging it out, could be split decision, could be unanimous, but close. But I don't think he's gonna make it look easy, bro. I think it's gonna be a tough fight. And I don't agree with that Jimbo Allen. I think that Ryan Garcia has a lot of offensive firepower, and and the left hook is what people highlight because that's the punch that he's knocked out people with. But Ryan Garcia has a lot more than that left hook in the bag. MAW, so which one of them unifying versus Rollies? I mean, look, we're gonna see how that plays out, man. Cause I heard that supposedly Rollies is gonna fight with Pac-Man. Oh, if Rollies is gonna fight Pac-Man, he ain't gonna be unified. Nothing. Ain't gonna be no unification for Rollies. Scott Fernie, I think that Jake versus Tank is gonna happen because it's gonna do numbers. You're gonna be disappointed, Scott. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. And I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen because Netflix, MVP, and Jake Paul, they don't want to be associated with no type of allegations like the ones that are floating over Tank Davis' head right now. That supersedes money every single time when you're talking about these big companies. Every single time. Trust me, there's been a lot of people. Tank Davis won't be the first one. There's been a lot of people who had a huge bag lined up, and because there was allegations, it fell through right away. Boom, and everybody disassociate themselves. So you think that it's gonna happen because it's gonna make money, but I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen because of the details of those allegations. See, that's the thing that people don't realize. You see how I phrase it? The details of those allegations. We kind of tippy toe around what the allegations are. We really don't want to get into specifics, but everybody know what the allegations are. I'm telling you, Jimbo Allen, Netflix don't want nothing to do with those allegations. MVP, Jake Paul, they don't want nothing to do with that. Companies, fans say no, no, but innocent till proven guilty. Yo, that's for a courtroom. That's inside of a courtroom. The court of public opinion doesn't move that way. Companies don't wait for the case to be finished so they can make a decision. The moment those allegations is floating above your head, they looking to distance themselves. They looking to get away from you. That's the way it happens. Jay is in the house. Remember, Jay Smith, that fight is postponed. But you know what postponed really means, right? You don't remember when Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence got postponed? Or when Charlo versus Tim Tszyu got postponed? You remember that? You don't understand what being postponed means? You're going to find out. Scott Fernie. You're right, Scott. Allegations are allegations. But what don't you not understand? That companies don't want to be part of no allegations. And they don't want to be asked about no allegations. And then you see Scott Fernie, how you say allegations are allegations. So Scott Fernie, you want to get real? You want to get real for real? Or you want to beat around the bush too? Let's get for real. Do you know what the allegations are? They're just allegations. You're right. Go ahead, Ryan. You're right, Scott Fernie. Go ahead. You're right, Scott Fernie. There are allegations. But if you want to get real, do you want to say what those allegations are? Because that's the thing. You like to beat around the bush and float around the subject. Do you want to say what those allegations are? Or can anybody in the chat? Can anybody in the chat tell me what the allegations actually are? What is it that a young lady's alleging that Tank Davis did to her? Scott Fernie, would you like to talk about the facts? Underrated will. People lose contracts and lose money around allegations. If I was Netflix, I won't put my money there over those allegations. But that's what I'm trying to explain to Scott Fernie. That when people have allegations around them, companies don't want nothing to do with that. They like, nah, we don't want to have to answer that. Scott Fernie, what are the allegations? Oh, Scott Fernie, you don't know what the allegations are? You don't know? It's funny because everybody who goes in defending Tank Davis, when you ask them, they never know. Scott Fernie, that it's been all over social media, all over Instagram, all over Facebook, all over YouTube, but you don't know what the allegations are. Interesting. Does anybody else know? Is there anybody else up in here like Scott that doesn't know what the allegations are? Can you guys say what is this latest situation? What are the allegations? Nobody knows. It's just allegations, but I don't know what they are. Scott Fernie, for you to defend Tank by saying that it's only allegations, and then say, but I don't know what those allegations are, you look foolish. You look very foolish. Because if somebody's in your block and everybody's alleging that he's abusing little girls, are you going to say that it's only allegations? That's what you're going to do? Oh no, but it's only allegations. They saying he abusing little girls, but it's only allegations. That's what you're going to say? So Scott Fernie, you keep using the word allegations and you don't even know what we're talking about. That's foolish. You should understand what the allegations are about. At least, if you're gonna say it's only allegations, you should at least know what the allegations are about. Or else you just don't know what the hell you're talking about. Vision Omega. Now all it takes is an allegation, and innocent or not, you can be in for years of trauma, profit, loss, and disrespect. All that stuff that you're saying is based on the opinion that you're formulating. So if it's true, see, you're saying if it's true or not, but if it's true, a lot of losses come from you being involved in those things. That's just the reality. Superman, bad business side, domestic abuse. Ah. See, you get into the actual facts side, domestic abuse. But domestic abuse summarizes the allegations. Why? Because the allegations are not domestic abuse. You know, the girl didn't say, oh, he did domestic abuse on me. So, domestic abuse is a summary of the allegations. That's not the actual allegation. Superman. Someone said if an individual moves someone from one place to another, it's also known as the K word, kidnapping. Okay, but what are the allegations though? Let me tell you something, Superman. Because whoever said that was probably a tank defender, as usual. Moving someone from one place to another doesn't describe it accurately. How do you move someone, Superman? Think about it. How do you move someone from one place to another? I mean, you can move your hat from one place to another. You can move your phone from one place to another. But how do you move someone from one place to another? You know how you do that? You could do that by forcing them into a car. You could do that by forcing them to get out of their house, forcing them to leave where they at, and you could force them to enter another premises. See, so that's usually kidnapping. So, you know, a Tank Davis fan will tell you, nah, she just got in the car and they went for a ride. But no, kidnapping is when you forcefully take somebody and do not allow them to leave. You don't even have to take them anywhere. If you go in a store and you point a weapon or you grab somebody, you tell them you can't leave, that's kidnapping, no matter where you at. You don't even have to transport anybody anywhere. The moment somebody is not free to leave, is kidnapping. That's the way that works. Vic, Devin Haney has allegations of domestic violence. Shakur on video punching a woman. Bebo has domestic allegations. So why is Tank the only one people care about? Well, Vic, I'll take one. I know that you're a narrative spreader, and you always do this. So I'll take one time to give you an answer, right? Devin Haney has allegations of domestic violence. When are those allegations from? That already happened. That was addressed. People posted about it. That's all news. Shakur Stevenson, you say he punched a woman. Shakur Stevenson was 20 years old. That was 10 years ago. And he didn't punch a woman. He was in a street fight where there was guys and a girl fighting too. So there was a woman there, but there was guys fighting too. But you disappear the whole situation to make it seem like Shakur just punched a woman. It was a bunch of young kids in the middle of a fight, and there was a girl there throwing punches too, and she got hit too. But that was 10 years ago when Shakur was 20 years old. You see, so you're comparing when Shakur was 20 in a street fight with Tank Davis being in allegations over and over about beating women up. I don't know. I think that's a little bit different. You know, a street fight that happened 10 years ago that you keep bringing it up, that's a little bit different. Tank Davis was an allegation just 2 months ago, and now in a new allegation now. Vic, you got to stop doing that. So you see, bringing up a bunch of old stuff from other people doesn't change what Tank Davis is dealing with today. You see, today Shakur is doing good. Shakur don't got allegations hovering around his head. Devin Haney's getting ready for a fight with Brian Norman Jr. for a title fight. Jake Paul is the one who's going to be looking for another opponent. Tank Davis is the one who just lost the biggest bag of his career. You yourself said, I would do the same thing too. Tank is going to get the bag. I would do the same thing too. Well, Tank fumbled the bag. Have you seen Shakur, Tio, and all of these guys fumble a bag like Tank Davis just did? No. So you want to bunch everybody in with all stuff about what Tank Davis did right now and is dealing with right now. So every time Tank David beat up a new chick, you're gonna bring up no, but Shakur in 2018. So you don't realize it, but you look corny doing that. Vision Omega, F yeah, if you did it up the river with chop, MAW, actions have reactions, actions have consequences. Whether it's right or wrong, hopefully the truth will prevail. Facts. Superman by physically doing it. Oh shit. JJ's in the house. I took you off the moderator by mistake. My bad. Let me put you back on. There we go. So again, my peoples, you want to compare, like, look, Vic, you're comparing Shakur from 10 years ago when he was 20-year-old, a street fight. You're comparing that to Tank Davis having allegations. Look, look what you say. You said Shakur punched a woman in the head. That's not accurate. Shakur was actually in a street fight, and it was guys and girls throwing punches in there. And a girl just happened to be there too. But you just close everybody out and said Shakur punched a girl in the head. You see how you go into details about that? But why you don't go into details about Tank Davis, about the allegations? Because the allegations are that he kidnapped a girl, that he beat her, and that he held her against her will at a spot. Those are the allegations. Matter of fact, that he went, I think, even to her place of work or something like that, dragged her out and forced her into a vehicle, forced her, kidnapped her ass, and beat her up. Those are the allegations. Those are the allegations, Vic. And you comparing that shit to a street fight that Shakur got into 10 years ago. You're still bringing up some shit from 10 years ago the same way you were still bringing up Gamboa. If Gamboa hurt Crawford, imagine what Canelo's going to do to him. How dumb did you feel when you watched Crawford put the beats on Canelo? Be honest. You told me for 3 months, Gamboa hurt him, Gamboa hurt Crawford. Imagine what Canelo's going to do to him. And what happened? Tell me what happened with that fight, Vic. See? Vic, shouldn't Tank have criminally charged now instead of just civil case? Vic, now you want to play lawyer. Sometimes you play doctor. Sometimes you play lawyer. Sometimes you play psychologist. I don't know what role you want to play. Now you want to play lawyer. I'm not even going to answer that. That's just a dumb question. Scott Fernie, are those reading glasses so you can read the comments? They not reading glasses, but the glare from the screen does make it hard for me to read. So when I'm wearing the glasses, I can see the comment better. YouTube got to work on that because you know that the comments are in white. So sometimes they blend in with the background and it becomes very hard to read them. If you see me reading the comments, you might think, damn, this motherfucker can barely read. I read very good, but shit, man, super small letters and then in white. So the glasses do help read the comments. JJ said that's exactly Jay Smith. He went to a strip club and got her out of there. Get the F out of here. Well, that's what I'm talking about. If you look at the actual allegations, then you're going to understand why I'm telling you Jake Paul is going to pull away from this fight. Netflix is not going to want anything to do with that. Nobody want no parts of that. They not waiting to see the case settle itself. That's not how it works in real life. Son, imagine picking Canelo, MAW, minus in dark mode because of that. Man, maybe I'll find a way that I could better see the letters, man, because this sucks. Jason Williams, I thought you were just trying to look cool. Well, you know, I try to pick some glasses that look okay, but honestly, it's so I can see the letters better because it's real hard to read it. And then when you're looking at the screen like, I thought you were trying to, people be like, damn, this motherfucker can't even read. And I can't read, but I'm struggling to see what it says over there. My people, listen, man. I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in this morning. Remind you guys, right there, you see it in the pinned comment. Boxing 2.0. Make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers ASAP so that I can start the new nightly show. Like I told you guys, boxing for breakfast in the morning. We doing what we doing, but in Box Center 2.0, you're going to see a night show, a different show, a cookout. I'm going to be cooking on that show. I can't tell you the name just yet because I'm waiting to get to 50 subscribers so I could go live on that channel. But go ahead, subscribe there, my peoples. Check out the videos. Check out the exclusive content that's already up. And y'all already know what it is, my peoples. Tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we're going to do what we do. Jason Williams, no offense to the people who struggle with reading. Damn, bro. I mean, I'm not offending the people who struggle with reading, but I don't struggle with reading. I struggle with seeing, which is different. Very, very good reader, sharp reader. But, you know, the eyes is starting to mess with me these days. I'm getting older now, my people. So, again, yo, look, well, I want to give a shout out to Sai, Jason Williams, Eye for Eye, J.J. Sendejas, Underrated Will, Scott Fernie. Who else was in the building? Hating ass Vic, Superman, MAW. Everybody else who tuned in, my peoples. I really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all already know what we do. Tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be talking about boxing. We're going to be doing what we do. And just in case, if there's any updates about any of these fights, I will go live again tonight. If Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios agree to fight each other, I'll be live. If Jake Paul versus Tank Davis get officially canceled, I'll be live. If Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez agree, I'll be live. So any updates, I'm going to have to come back and we're going to have to address it. My peoples, one love to everybody. You know what this is, man. Boxing for breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning, my peoples. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. One love. Bam. Vámonos de aquí, mi gente.